Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? I hope your days are going good and your lives are going even better than that. We are going to jump back into Slaughter to Prevail. I'm falling in love with this band. They are ridiculous, they are amazing, and I just want to jump into more of them. I've been wanting to do it ever since I listened to that first song, and I just want to jump into some more so I can just basically binge their latest album and shit like that and shit. So either way, we're just going to jump straight into it. It's the song called Agony. We got the lyrics on screen, did we? Yeah, we have the lyrics on screen. Had to double check that shit, man, but still, enough talking, let's just jump into this. Oh my god, that is so fucking aggressive, that's crazy. Like, I absolutely fucking adore Slaughter's to Prevail's aggression. They are ridiculous, they are epic, they are. Like, I've got some good thoughts going through my head as I've been listening to that one song, which we started with for quite a bit now. And I've got some thoughts, but when they keep going with this, we're going to start breaking shit down. So, I want to know if you will risk. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for your love, for your fucking dreams. So yeah, like, what will you risk? That's how we measure ourselves in this world. Like, you know, the only way to get anywhere in life is just to risk whatever the fuck you have. That's what I did, like, with all the shit that I have right now. Like, I don't make money from YouTube, obviously. I'm a small channel. Like, I'm an audiophile, so I have fancy shit because I worked for it. Because I have the money for it, because I made my own business and that kind of bullshit, but still. That's what you need to do, man. If you don't risk stuff, you won't get anything in return. If you just stay stagnant, it's not fucking worth it. I want to know if you've touched the centre of your own sorrow. If you've been opened by life's betrayals. I want to know how much sorrow you felt, how much pain you felt, how much people have fucked you over in your lives. That's happened to a lot of us, most of us, I would say. Always have people in our lives that try to fuck us over. And it's how we handle that. It's how we come to terms with that. It's how we handle our own pain, we handle our own sorrow. Or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, fade it, or fix it. Or like, yeah, because normally when that happens, when you get betrayed, you shut down, you try to close everything off, and that's just not the way to be. How do you manage to handle that pain? For me, literally, I have literal physical, like, pain going through my body, man. I have cerebral palsy, obviously. If you've been watching the channel for a bit, you kind of already know that. But I deal with a lot of pain every single day, like non-stop, ever since I was like a child, basically. And I work out, I hit deadlift PRs and I do all kinds of shit. And I hit a 140 kg deadlift the other day, and it was just like way above my own body weight, and I'm so fucking proud of, like, because about a year and a half, 2 years ago, somewhere around there, I was still using a walking stick, man, and like, I overcame that bullshit because that's just not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to shrivel up and die and go into a fucking wheelchair, so I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit, man. I'm gonna go to gym, I'm gonna suffer, and I'm gonna suffer for what the fuck I want to go for. Because that's what you have to do in life, that's how you push through shit. It's how you measure your own self-worth, and that's how you measure your life. And that's exactly what I believe, man, but still. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, fade it, or fix it. Can you be with joy, mine or your own, and let ecstasy fill your toes without cautioning us to remember the limitations of being human? As in, can you be with joy, either your own or with mine, or can you let, like, the ecstasy of being human, can you enjoy the benefits, the intelligence, everything else that goes with it, but also the sadness, the pain, the sorrow, everything that each one of us will go through, all of the agony, all of the destruction, and people fucking us over and all of that bullshit that we have to go through on the daily just to enjoy the woes, the happy times, the ecstasy of being human. But still, man, let's jump straight back into this. That voice was so fucking sick, man, but still. So, and each of us will have to go through the agony of all of our shits. It doesn't matter if the story you are telling me is true, it's what you tell to yourself. I want to know if you can disappoint another, if you could bear the accusation of betrayal, if you can let people down, if you can fuck people over in that way, because you have to. That's how you get through life, man. Sometimes you have to bullshit a few people just to get through. Like, not the big things, just the little things. Like, you're not meant to bullshit the big things, you're meant to bullshit the little things to push yourself through life and not betray your own soul, man. As in, yes, so can you like bear to do the things you have to do to survive and not betray what you believe in, your ideals and all of that shit in order to get through everything? And that's so very fucking important. I want to know what you ache for. I want to know what you live for, and if you will risk looking like a fool for your love, for your fucking dreams, and for the adventure of being alive. Exactly, like we want to know what you ache for. We want to know what you hope to be, what you plan to be, what you dream to be, what your aspirations are. How far can you push the shit? How far can you live for? Like, what would you live for? What do you live for? And what do you dream of? What adventures in life do you partake in? And so, man, we're going back into each of us go through the agony of looking like a fool for our love, for our fucking dreams, and to go through the shit that we want to achieve and strive for. That's what we have to fucking go through. And that's just how life is, and it's interesting, to say the very least. Either way, man, we're gonna jump back into this. Just me, we know how you came to be at. I want to know if you will die. In the center of the side with me, and I take back. You just going to finish off the lyrical breakdown, then we'll just move on from that, because the lyrical breakdown is important, but it's about everything else about it too, because that's the bit that I want to try and touch on. The first experience from Slaughter to Prevail was different. It's growing, if you know what I mean, but still. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the centre of the fire with me and not shrink back, as in, I want to know how far you'll go with me. I want to see how far you'll trust, how far your loyalty will go, and if you'll just fuck me over in the process. And still, man, that's just the things that we have to do as human beings. We have to trust, and being trust is a very painful thing, especially when it's like abused or mistreated or something along those lines, man. It's just one of those things that's very difficult to really live with and deal with, like, on the daily, if you know what I mean. Like, having to deal with humans in general is very difficult, because we all go through our shit, we all go through our struggles, man. Like, I go through struggles on the daily, and you know what? Regardless of what struggles I go through, there's people who go through much worse. Like, me going through pain, that's just what I deal with. Well, fuck it, man, it happens. But, like, there's much people in much worse situations around the world, and fuck them. Just, like, we all just need to rise and do all our shit, man, to see how far we can push our adventure, our life, everything that we want to do, our dreams, what we want to achieve, all of that crazy shit. That's why I do shit like posting to YouTube, even though my voice sounds like shit half the time, because the muscles in my face don't work properly how I want them to half the time, and all of that bullshit, man. But still, I think, like, the reason why I am absolutely falling in love with Slaughter to Prevail is, like, unlike most of the deathcore bands that I adore, they're pure deathcore. Like, I listen to Carnifex, which is black infused. I listen to Shard of Intent, which is symphonic infused. But this is just straight, like, advancing the metalcore up to the deathcore stage and just making it to that point where it's pure aggression. And it takes musicality and technicality, and, like, all of the musicianship is on point. To be able to infuse that much aggression into how you play your music is very difficult to do. Only somebody who's gone through a lot of fucking terrible shit can put that much force, pressure, and, like, musical ability into the drums, into the guitar playing, into the vocals. You can hear it just with the way that he growls, just with the way each member plays their instrument. It's just pure fucking aggression. Like, Slaughter to Prevail just remind me a lot of bands like King 810, which is just so real. They're, like, more like rap infused with metal, and it's just like, it has that really nice kind of, like, twist to it. Like, King 810 is one of those bands which not a lot of people can get into, because it's just very real. It's so difficult for a lot of people to hear it. But if you've gone through a lot of shit, it speaks to you. That's exactly what this does. It speaks, and that's the most important thing. Like, it's just like, you can hear, like, a mixture of, like, Hatebreed into this. You can hear a lot of the, like, really aggressive sounding bands. You can hear a lot of the, like, really aggressive influences just twisted and molded into a darker style, into that pure deathcore style. And honestly, like, apart from Shadow of Intent, this is my favourite deathcore band to date, and I just want to, like, listen to everything they've ever done and just to appreciate it and to break it down and analyse it. So regardless, man, regardless if I listen to this band 1,000 times after this point, I'm going to break down every fucking song if I can get around to it eventually. It will take me a bit to make it all down, but it will be worth it, to be perfectly honest, either way. I hope you guys enjoyed, man. This was fucking awesome. I adore Slaughter to Prevail, and I want to just, like, do a crazy deadlift session to this, man. It will be fucking insane either way. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video. Until then, take it easy.